Hello everybody, this is TA, aka Grandpa from Surviving Grandma and Grandpa in Minecraft. We're going to play some Ark Survival Evolved, one of my favorite games. Of course, I'm just going to call myself TA, could have used Grandpa. As you can see, I did play in the top right corner a little bit. The game was so buggy, I just stopped playing. It was crashing constantly. So to do something different, I'm going to spawn on the west side of the map this time in West Zone 2, Medium. So let's spawn in and take a look at the Ark.
Are you the one I've been waiting for? You might be. I hope so. It's been so many cycles since I was her. Do I even still remember Hope? I wasn't sure you'd ever turn up. The odds just kept getting longer. I guess I've been losing faith, while they've been gaining power. You have to reach me. Everything depends on your survival. Master this world. Make allies of its many creatures. Grow your strength and skill. Explore this place like I did so long ago. Put the pieces together and find me, survivor. You may be the only one who can.
And here we are spawning in the Ark for the first time. Graphics are amazing on here. A lot different than Survival Evolved. This is a whole new engine for the graphics. Same game, but the game's almost different because it's so much more graphical. Grass is too tall. You can't hardly see over it. Let's see if we can survive here. Let's take a look around and see where we're at. Survival games are all very similar. A lot of it started with Minecraft. This is a true survival game. You come in, you gotta start collecting resources. You have to try to collect some stone, some wood. You have to go punch a tree just like you do in Minecraft. One thing you got to worry about, though, is some dinosaur coming up and eating you. Instead of a zombie, you're going to have to deal with dinosaurs. You get level ups, you get to improve things as you go along. Always like to put some weight in the beginning. Then I start working on some of the other things. You have to get some weight so you can carry the things you're collecting. I got a stone pickaxe. Get some stone, some flint so I can make a regular axe. Go into your crafting menu. So now you can make an axe. No, I can't make the axe yet. I don't have it open. Let's take a look at our... You have to go and open the engrams that you want. I usually open them as I need them. They're online too. I can get that, a campfire, and a spear, things I want to need. So we open those up. Take a look at some of the other stuff we can open. If it's dark, we're not high enough level to open them up yet. I like to get a storage box, so if I get anything somewhat valuable, I can put it in the box. If I die, I'll be able to go back and retrieve it. Things just left on the ground despawn after a short period. Get a little bit of armor. Get XP by making those things. First things I do is make a pickaxe, then an axe, and some spears. It's a progression. Doing that, I'm getting berries. that I can eat, help keep me sustained, because you do lose your energy fairly quickly with a drink and eat. I'll put those down in my quick bar so I have quick access to them. Just at the start of the game, then it gets replaced with other items. And you continue on. The idea is to stay alive, get some resources, build yourself a shelter. We'll get a shelter in this first episode of some kind. Or I think you can see a lot of similarities between this and Minecraft. You can freeze to death at night. You can, if you go in a cold area, you can freeze to death in the daytime. Different tools do different things. The axe will give you more stone if you hit one of these big stones. The pickaxe will give you more flint. But you'll get a percentage of each regardless of which tool you use. So you have to learn which tools are best to use. Just like in Minecraft. You know, you can use a pickaxe to shovel dirt, but it's not nearly as efficient as a shovel. We can't dig in this game, so we don't have shovels, unfortunately. So I continue collecting resources. We'll go ahead and skip ahead a little bit to the first thing that actually happens other than me just walking around collecting things. Anything exciting happens, I'll definitely show all that. So I continue walking down the beach, and something odd really happens here in a second. Cutting some trees. See, I got some berries down there. Get into my inventory. Looking to see what's available to craft. You always have to look in your inventory to make sure you're not carrying things you don't need to carry. So I'm going through. Tried to make a box. Rock is a good focal point, so I'm going to put the box over here. But I decide where I'm going to build a shelter. I'll be able to put some supplies in it. So I'd eat some of the berries instead of throwing them away. I'll utilize them. And I just saw what caused what's going to happen here in a second. I'll walk around a little bit. Then all of a sudden I pass out. You see the little stars on the right at the bottom right of my display? That shows my health, whether I'm injured, whether I need to eat food, how much weight I'm carrying. Those top stars indicate that I'm knocked out. I can't do anything. I can't move. What I did, when I moved those narco berries, they were the black ones. They're narcotic. I accidentally ate 17 of them. I don't know how I did that. Must push the wrong button. But that knocked me out. Left me very vulnerable right here. Let's see what happens. I tried to record gameplay in this when it first released. The game would crash every 10-15 minutes. It was unbearable. I'd come in and work. The game would crash. get back in the game, and everything I'd done would be gone. So I gave up. I recorded, I think, 3 episodes, and it was just way too much work. There was no way I had time. So the game, it seems to be functioning great now. They just come out with another expansion, which I hope to get to. But I want to enjoy this part of the game, now that I can finally enjoy it. And we're waking up a little bit more. Still can't do anything. You'll see the stars are almost... The white part is almost gone out of the stars. Once that disappears, we'll be back up on our feet. I can't wait. Nothing ate me up. So far, I haven't seen a whole lot of dinos. I'm sure there's some around here. So, we're pretty lucky there. We continue collecting resources. Oh, here's one of our first dinos. Lystrosaurus. This was in the last episode of Jurassic Park. Setting up my tracking, you can track animals so you can find them after you walk away. This is what they call a passive tame. You just have berries in your last bar. You go up and you press E when you're under the keyboard or the button with the controller. When you're behind it, it eats the food. And you have to give it enough that it finally gets tamed. While that's happening, I'm going to continue to collect some resources. Lystrosaurus are companions. They're not... They do give XP to your animals. They help your animals gain XP. You go up and pet them, and any animals in the vicinity gets an XP buff for a short time. So they're fun to have around. As we're doing this, collecting resources, we're advancing so we can get things open. Like I need the foundations, walls, things open so I can build a quick shelter. You want to definitely take shelter as quickly as you can. There are 5 different materials you can build shelter out of in an unmodded game like this one. Thatch is the first one, and you can build in wood, then stone. There's also adobe that you use in really hot climates. Definitely will be used on Scorched Earth, which is the first expansion pack that came out for this. And then finally you can get into metal, which is the strongest. Different animals. Most of the carnivores can break into a thatch shelter. If they don't know you're in there, they're not going to break into it. They'll walk right by you so you're safe while you're sleeping. This is especially important when you're playing on servers, which I have. This is the first time I ever played a private game. Well, actually, the ones I stopped doing earlier in this series because of the crashing. But I've always played on servers. Now, those birds you see flying around, they're pretty nasty too. Oh, here we got another dino. I think you know what this is. He acts like he don't like me looking at him. They're pretty passive usually, unless you hit them. There's a Pteranodon. Definitely want to get one of those as soon as I can. You get in the air and it opens up the whole world to you. There's more Triceratops around here. So I'm going to continue hunting resources. Let's skip ahead and see what else we can find out. That sound just notifies that you have a level up. I've continued gathering supplies. Now it's time to fix up a little shelter. We have a start. We need to put a couple foundations down to start. And you want them to be able to clip into each other. So I may have to move them around a little bit to find a place. You can never find a flat place on here to build stuff. Like that one won't go down behind this one. I need to I need to go down in the ground like those. I want to be able to build this big enough that it'll accommodate me for a short while. I don't want to build another one right away. You can see I need more fiber. You get fiber by picking up plants. There's some dinos that do a good job at getting fiber. But just picking the plants like that gives you fiber. Let's see if I got any in here. Yeah, I got a bunch of fiber in here. Might as well get the thatch out. Basically, thatch fiber. In the base game, the older game, Ark Survival Evolved, you couldn't pick up things like boxes. You just had to destroy them. Unless you had some kind of mod or modified it some way. Now you can do it in the base game, which is great. They've done a lot of quality of life improvements in Ark Survival Ascended. It's not all just about the pretty graphics. See, when you're crafting, you really slow down. So that's something you got to be aware of if there's dangerous dinos around. You don't want to put yourself in that position. You can see my weight is flashing red. That means I'm overweight. I'm not crafting now, but I am overweight. I'll put the box down and get some of the weight off of me. I've been in this area long enough. I haven't seen anything yet that's trying to kill me. So I can pick these up and move them around, try to get them. I want to get as big a platform as I can. This will eventually be enclosed. The foundations used for the flooring. Try over this way and see if I can put some. At least one of 2x3 is the minimum size. Looks like I can put a couple more down on that end. Just trying to get some of these plants out of the way. I want them growing up through the bottom of my foundation. Definitely want to try to get a shelter done the first day. So you have a place, especially if you're on a server, you have to. You have to find a safe place to lay down. Go to sleep without getting killed right away. Of course, if you're on public servers, PvP servers, you have to also hide. Somebody will come around and kill you, take whatever you got. For about a year and a half, I played on PvP servers on probably a couple years actually. I got over it. I just enjoy playing the game, taming the dinos, surviving. This is a pretty big foundation. I think this will work. At least for a starter hut. One nice thing they've done with the game, if you played Ark Survival Evolved, you had to have different engrams for a wall, A wall with a window was a different engram. Wall with a door was a different engram. Now it's the same engram. You learn one, and you can cycle between which option you want to use. It's really nice. The building was also a lot easier in Ark Survival Ascended. Things snap together better. You have more control over things. It was really a pain before. You put up a wall, you couldn't pick it up, so if it wasn't in the right place or something was wrong with it, you'd have to just destroy it and build another one. And that was something you did a lot. You see, I was able to swap that to a door. And I'm listening to that dino behind me. Things walking. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. Carnosaurs, or anything that's mad at you, will aggro on you. When they do that, they usually make a sound. You can listen to it. But you heard that bird screech. It was either attacking something or something was getting ready to attack it. Fortunately, it wasn't us. Okay, now we got walls up. If you don't put it too high, it looks like you can be claustrophobic real easy. These materials are easy to get, so it's great for a first building. Then you can upgrade the building and replace it with wood, stone, whatever you want. There we go. Now we need to put some type of a roof on it. And some doors. The thing I like about thatched doors, it just looks like everything else. It's hard to find them sometimes. Especially on the outside. Some roof tiles. Building's a great way to get XP. You see, I've got 5 points available I can put into things. I'll do that. I want to get this shelter finished, though. You may notice I didn't finish taming that Lysterosaurus. He's still running around out there somewhere. I don't know that I'll tame it. I may not. I definitely want to get a shelter over my head. May be able to hear the heart beating in my head. If you look over the bottom right, the cross is my health. I'm down at the bottom quarter of my health. And you can see at the bottom there's an ice cube. That means it's getting too cold for me. So I got to warm up. I got to cut down some trees. I got to make some fireplaces, and I got to get warm. One good way to stay warm is to have a building you can go into. Sometimes that's not even enough. You got to have fire in it to warm you up. Or the right type of clothing on, which I don't have yet. So I'm in a little bit of a hurry here. I want to get enough stuff that I can hopefully survive. See, I'm getting closer and closer to death. Eventually my bones will break. It gets nasty. We'll see what happens. roof definitely helps. It would help if I had some meat, which I don't. All I have is berries to eat. If I'm losing my health too quickly, I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything. We'll build a campfire, try to warm up a little bit. Come on, dummy. I'll put some fuel in it, light it up. Oh, I'm right near death. That should help warm me up. Go back there and squat behind it. Second one will definitely help more. Now we got a snowflake instead of an ice cube. It means I should be able to recover some health. Definitely need to eat, that will help me as well. I can hear dinos outside being raunchy. If I can get the roof covered up, that'll help the building stay warm. It'll help protect me. See, if that happened in the older game, you just have to destroy it. Now I can pick it back up and put it where I want it. That's going to help because now I'm in an enclosed building, which definitely helps. You can see my health is coming back. Eat some berries and it should be okay now. Coming out of danger. I'm playing with keyboard and mouse, pushing the wrong buttons sometimes, and you see something like that pop up. I think I made it through this crisis. I need to do some hunting, get some meat. I don't really want leather clothing. I gotta use leather for other things. So I think for right now, now that I got the shelter, I should be okay. I should keep going up as long as I have food. You run out of, you see the water drop is right below the weight on the right side, and then below that looks like a ham bone or ham. As those go to clear, once they're totally clear means you're starving or you're thirsty. We'll start losing health like that. We just like we lost health there. So you always have to maintain, make sure you have food, access to water. It is a survival game. Gives me time to look through the engrams, find stuff that I want to help me with surviving at this point. Just because I've opened up the engram doesn't mean I have the materials to craft all those things. I still have to go out and source those materials. So as you see, I open. That's a Morphodon. That's that little flying lizard that's flying around. They were in Jurassic Park as well. But they're not hostile unless you attack one of them. Then they're ferocious. They'll keep attacking you. Usually kill you if you're not protected well enough or don't have the weapons to defend yourself. That's what's making all those screeches out there. The birds you see out by the water, they're the ones that'll kill you. They'll steal your stuff. That's the Dimorphodon just went above us. The ones that look like seagulls, they'll actually attack you, steal something out of your inventory, and eat it. There's that little thing I was trying to tame. I think I'd rather have it for steaks. Well, it's part of survival. When you have a close call like that, you realize you gotta have the materials you need. So I'm gonna keep hunting for a while, and then we're gonna finish up with the shelter. Those are dodo birds. Chicken of Minecraft. If I tried to attack one of the Triceratops, they would kill me. I don't have nearly enough weaponry or armor or power to defend myself against them. So I'm in the process. I'm just claiming some of these more vulnerable creatures. I'm not only getting meat when I do that, I also get hide, which is very valuable. I need that to craft quite a few very important things. I need hide to craft a bed. A bed, if I die, will let me respawn wherever the bed is. Sort of like Minecraft, you can set your spawn with a bed. Oops, there's one of those birds just attacked me. And I'm not reacting quick enough. It's going to keep attacking me until I get away from it. And when I'm going to be able to get away from it, let's get in my shelter right now. A couple bites out of me. I don't have any way to defend myself against these things yet. So I can cook some meat while I'm in here. See, I picked up a little bit of hide, not enough for a bed yet. I don't believe. You hold your... Oh, I do have enough for a bed. It's 40 hide and I had 53 or something like that. See, this is crafted, I put it on the ground. And if I die outside of the base, anywhere, I'll respawn in the bed. Or I can pick a bed to respawn if I have more than one bed around the map. Comes in handy. So let's fast forward to the next thing of interest. So I come upon a Fioma. That's what the big pig-looking thing is. I made some bolas. Once you attack them, they take off running. A bola lets you restrain an animal. It's a rock. As you can see that in my hands. I go up and I hit it with a bola, then I'll be able to kill it without chasing it everywhere. It has a baby, unfortunately. But I need the leather. So I need to craft a forge and a preserving bin. Things that I need resources. This is how you get them. The animal's restrained for a short time. You also use the bullets to protect yourself from adapters. Things like that charge you can use a bullet to stop them. You get a lot of meat and hide off one of these. That's why they're worth killing. And one new thing we can do, since it had a baby, if I see the baby, I can actually try to tame it. I just have to go up and synergize on it, basically. Press the E button. And it will become my tame. Not sure where it's at. I'm going to look for it here. Because they are useful animals to have as well. I don't find it. I need to craft a couple things now. There's the forge I want. The forge, you put metal in and it gives you metal ingots. It lets you build a crafting table that'll let you craft a lot more things. First thing you have to get is a forge. Campfires don't have very big inventory. You can get mods to change the game however you want. I like playing the vanilla Minecraft. I heard not Minecraft, I'm sorry. Ark. And I continue collecting things. So I can have the preserving bin, which will allow me to preserve food. It won't rot as quickly. And also the forge, so I can make the crafting table, or smithy, as they call it in this game. Let's see what I need. Let's see if I have enough stuff to build it. Yeah, I can build a forge. Mortar and pestle is important as well because you can make material to power your preserving bin. Spark powder. And I gotta figure out how to turn off this snapping. So I'm gonna be able to put it where I want it. I don't want it sitting right out in the middle of the room. I don't have that much space. And if I look at the menu, it says disable snapping, hold tilde. So I'll figure out how to do that. Got it. Put it in the corner so it's out of the way as much as possible. Put that down close to it. Give me some room for a smithy in between the two. I'm learning how to control these things. So this game's quite a bit different than the last one. There are better options. We've done a good job with that. So put metal in there. You can use wood. Burn it on. That'll give me 2 pieces of raw metal. Give you 1 metal ingot. And there's different metal resources around the island you can get. A lot of them are in very dangerous areas. So you have to be a little higher level. There's animals you can get to help you get those resources as well. We'll do all that. That's the preserving bin. Spark powder to cool the preserving bin. You put the spark powder in a slot, inventory slot. It's like putting a block of ice in it. Like everything, the spark powder, narcotics, all that is our engrams you have to open. To make spark powder, you just need a mortar and pestle, some stone, and some flint. So it's very makeable. Otherwise, I don't have all my armor on. Might as well get a water skin while I'm at it. You tame a Dimorphodon, you put it on your shoulder, you can throw it at things to help protect you. Oh, there's the little baby. Okay. Don't know what I want to call it yet. Once you tame a creature, it'll follow you. You can turn that on and off. I didn't like that sound. It was probably a Dimorphodon. It wasn't attacking me. You have to feed them berries. Especially when they're babies. They only hold so much. Now I gotta find it. Where'd you go? There you are. I'm just gonna put some berries in its inventory. They do have uses that you'll probably see later. I don't want to explain it, but you'll see. So come on in the house here where you'll be protected. I'll do my best to keep you alive. Come on, Dopey. You can do it. Here it comes. Come on over here so you can sit down and relax a while. Nice warm building. One reason I just didn't like playing PvP, people come kill all your tanks. I get attached to them. I didn't enjoy killing other people's tanks either. It's just necessary evil playing PvP in here. It's pretty cutthroat. So we'll keep surviving. Okay, let's get our preserving bin down on the ground. Put it right over here by the bed. I'll flip it so the door's out this way. It's hard to see. There it is. Looks like a good place. Has an inventory. Gotta make some spark powder. Some stone. Some more flint. Do it all we can. So that'll go in the preserving bin, and we'll be able to put our meat, raw meat, cooked meat, anything perishable we can put it in there, and it'll last much longer than it does on your inventory. like a pound of hamburger would at your house. If you're carrying it around your body, it's not going to last as long as if you'd put it in the refrigerator. Later on, we'll have electric and we'll be able to have things like refrigerators. But we're a good ways off of that. So we'll continue collecting some more materials. Looking for metal right now. So I'm using the pickaxe. I get flint, some stone, and hopefully some metal. These aren't big supplies of metal you get off of these. Out in the water, some of those stones will give you a little more metal sometimes. Push those rounded ones. 3 pieces of metal off of that one. You gotta watch, there's things in here that'll kill you as well. Gotta watch your air supply. This is a great place to end the episode. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you aren't. And I hope you come back and see episode 2, Surviving with Grandpa on the Ark. Our journey's only just begun. So we'll work our way over to the bed. We got metal cooking, we got meat cooking. And we'll see you in the next episode. I hope you all have a great evening. Bye. Good night.